Good day, good day. Welcome to Satisfactory. And yeah, it's it's a day. Again, I talked about trains last episode. I don't know if we're there yet. We'll see. Okay? It might happen today, it might not. I don't know. It's going to happen at some point in time because it's got to happen. We're over here at the oil kind of facility here. And we've unlocked a lot of things that could be more beneficial for us. Like the alternate heavy oil residue recipe, which gets us more heavy oil and like polymer resin than pretty much anything else, right? Right now we're on plastic, which gets us 3. This gets us 3 as well, but with polymer resin. Just things like this that I'm kind of sitting there going like, we could max out these things a little bit more. There's also now the fact that we can do the fracturing, the resource well pressurizer. There's more oil over here. We can get more out of this. We also have that blender diluted fuel recipe where I don't have to deal with the packages. So in classic Satisfactory endeavors, we might want to rebuild all this. And on top of that, we might want to add even more to it, like the supercomputers that we are missing out on. Now, all things considered, I can handcraft the supercomputers. Don't get me wrong. I probably will, just to, like, move on from the leading edge and get even more production out of things. But I've also started the endeavor down that road of, supercomputers, rubber, plastic, fuel, computers, like all the things that we're currently producing in this area. Can we do that and add supercomputers, right? So the adaptive control units, the computers, the circuit boards that we're adding in here, all these little items that we are putting together, get rid of all of these packaged stuff, all this packaged water and these empty canisters by incorporating now blenders into the endeavor, as well as we got things like, okay, here, fused quick wire that we can use, right? We got where is it? That's all fused quick wire. We got iron wire, right? That was a big one. I can't remember who said it in the comments. Apologies, but we got iron wire, right? So that's a good recipe to get some wire and things like that going, right? Coated iron plates, right? All these alternate recipes that are going to improve our efficiency overall, add more power capabilities to the system overall as well, I think are going to be good changes. Now, how do we do this? It's like D&D. How do you want to do this? Yeah, which shoe needs to drop first? That's a tough one, to say the least. I think at this point in time, I am currently at that shoe drop point of, oh dear, oh crap, what do I do? I've dealt with the Caterium to get the quick wire that we need. This is a lot of quick wire. Don't get me wrong. We need a lot of it. I have all of these resources coming in, which is great. I have some limestone that I brought over from over yonder. I have a lot of this basic stuff, but now I need petroleum coke to make steel to kind of complete this whole setup, because we need heavy frames over here. And if I don't train them in from, across the map, basically, I probably should build some here. So to get steel, I need petroleum coke. To get petroleum coke, I need to change my refineries over here and redo a few things. So I think it's time. I gotta pull the plug here somewhere. Now, I don't want to pull the plug on the plastic just yet. I might pull a plug on some of this rubber and switch it over to the polymer resin. You know, we get 2, so we're going to be 3 instead of 2 by going with the polymer resin, right? The heavy oil residue, that gets us 3 instead of the, instead. It uses 3, it gets us 4, sorry. It uses 3, it gets us 4. This uses 3, gets us 2. So it's like doubling the heavy oil residue production from the same amount of oil. It's massive. And that polymer resin, like, I want to, like, grab my mic and put it in my mouth at this point in time. But, like, I can make that into plastic and rubber. So frustrating, but so good at the same time. So I think this line here, I'm going to switch to heavy oil residue. Okay? I'm going to copy, and I'm going to just paste this down this entire line. I've already upgraded all of the pipes to MK2s. I hope. God, I hope I didn't miss some somewhere. But that's going to now get us polymer resin. Okay? So now our output doubled, right? We're now doing 40 per minute instead of, what is it, 20? Yeah, that's huge. That's massive. We have, what, 10 in this line? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, that's 400 coming down this pipe. Oh, it's almost like that's actually good, right? You know, that's actually a solid thing. No, this pipe over here. I was on the wrong side. But we're going to get polymer resin now, right? Now, polymer resin is going to mostly turn into plastic and rubber, right? Which we can do. I need to set all that up, though, okay? So, anyways, we are getting more heavy oil residue. At this time, this is just getting synced, okay? Not a big deal. We're okay with this. On that note, I'm going to do the same for another row. Okay? Using the same amount of oil, double the heavy oil production. Ridiculously strong. Okay? Alright, so that's 2 things of rubber disabled. So we still have 1 thing of rubber coming through, which is great. Most of our rubber was getting synced anyways. The only one that wasn't, I think, was this one here, which we just changed out. So our rubber could become in question if needed, all right? But having all of that changed over is great. That's more heavy oil available to us to process. The next major hurdle, and this one's major, because I'm worried if I do this wrong, I'm going to lose power, and then we're going to get stuck in this loop of no power, can't power the machines, yada, yada, yada. Okay? So I want to do this in cycles. All of these packagers and unpackagers need to go. Simple as that. We need water, so I'm going to change one of these. So let's say this first one, right? This one's 300 meters cubed of water. This top line here, which is coming into these initial, 5 packagers, basically. That's going to be the first one to go. Okay? We'll leave the other ones active and running accordingly. I'm going to screw this up. I know for sure that I'm going to screw this up. 100%. But these ones are going to change out, and this is going to change into blenders. Okay? We're going to need like 24-ish, maybe 12. We can probably overclock them. Blenders, all right? So these guys right here. So we're going to put in some blenders, and this guy's going to make diluted fuel just from water and the heavy oil residue, right? So that actually kind of gets me thinking I should probably start over here instead, because this might work. You know, even then, that's not going to work. I need these guys to be... Oh, hold on. Like, I can get rid of all this, and this. All 4 machines are gone. And replaced with 1, the blender to make the fuel. And then we'll need some refineries to make some plastic. We'll need some refineries to make some rubber. But yeah, it's... Oh my god, how am I going to pull this one off? Oh boy. All right. I think I'm going to start with the bottom row. Okay, what's the bottom row producing? Oh, I'm totally going to mess this up. We're going to run out of power. It's going to be nothing but a nightmare. All right, over here, we are producing 300 meters cubed of water. Beautiful. This pipe down here, we're going to ignore everything else that's going on in the system. Okay, this guy right down here is coming in at what point? Right here is where we are seeing this. I'm just going to do it. We're just going to delete it. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is all this on 1? Jeez. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. Oh, boy. I've bitten off more than I can chew. Okay. All of these empty canisters are gone. Gone. Right? Boom. Done. We're going to do this to the best of our ability. All right? We'll see how this goes. No, wrong thing. I should probably... Oh, boy. Nope, 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 nope. Sorry. Nope, nope, nope. I got to do this one at a time. It's going to go bad otherwise. So I got to delete all this stuff. All these canisters, you name it. Oh, boy. It's a lot. It's a lot. But that's our water. So 300 meters cubed of water, right? Coming in. That's the main thing here, because I think we have enough crude oil to pull this off anyways, right? So we have all of this. I'm going to remove that guy as well. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, here's the big question. The blender is way bigger, first of all. All of this is disabled. Okay. This one, I think we can do the mass, which will make it a little bit easier. I'm going to keep you guys with me here a little bit longer. I know. Oh, my God. I just messed it up. Whatever. I'll replace that. It's fine. I don't care. We'll replace. It's all good. All right. Good. I just did it again. I hit F instead of clicking the mouse button. Whatever. I can not select as many platforms, maybe. Oh, boy. You see why things take me so long? I screw them up. I screw them up. All right, there we go. Okay. Now, the blender itself is way bigger than what these packagers were. So, let's see if we can even fit one in this space. Not really, right? But that's okay, because this heavy oil needs to move itself. So this guy over here, which one is it that I changed? This line here, coming up and over, it's this line here that we're going to be moving over yonder. So let's do that as well. That's going to disable some of our fuel production. Oh boy, a lot of work. Well, that's an interesting one. What? Blender. Please. We good? Oh, it just keeps disappearing. Whatever. We got invisible blenders at this point in time. All right. Okay. This is important, though. Wow, that is really, really invisible. What is that up there? That's very interesting. Okay, so what are we replacing? What are we doing? Okay, this guy's gone. This guy's gone, right? We don't need that junction there from this line, right? So we could probably remove almost every other junction and probably every junction, because I'll probably need to redo them anyways, right? All right. Better to redo than the latter, I think. Okay, where are we at again? Bottom one. Bottom goes up and over. So it does go up, and then it stops there. Okay, cool. All right, now this guy's going to require 100 per minute. So 3 per water thing for blenders. And I think I need like 12. No, I need. Oh, that's if they're not overclocked. I need like 25 of these then. Oof. Oof. All right. Whatever. 25. Cool. I'll make 25 of them. Doesn't matter. We'll just make it bigger. Just make it bigger. Not a big deal. All right. So 3 of these per setup. Okay. Boom. This needs to go as well. This needs to go. Beautiful. I am literally attaching this to an invisible machine. This is a bit of a problem. Okay. Now for the next problem. There's a lot of them, to say the least. We'll start with just the next one. All right. I'm going to remove... I think I'm going to have to remove a lot more than I thought, to be honest. So all of that can go... I think that I'm just going to, like, punch this out as well a little bit. Because, yeah, everything's changing. Everything's going to change, right? It's only a matter of time before I get that ping of, you've ran out of power. See? Look at that. We're there. Yeah, luckily we're consuming a low amount right now. But I can't really remove anything else until I get some of these systems up and running. Okay. Anyways, blender, invisible blender in particular. We're going to drop another one and another one. All right, so those 3. Hey, it became uninvisible. Excellent. How to make a blender uninvisible. Is that even a word? I don't know. All right. That's not going to work. We're going to have to move that pole as well. But more importantly, we got to get our oil residue over to this system. Okay? So, if we power these 3, this is replacing how many things? I don't even want to know. That's great. All right, so our oil residue. Okay? Boom, poles. It's this guy here. I have an empty spot and an empty conveyor. Excellent. So we have this pipe. No, you are not supposed to be MK1. Excuse me. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. That should be number 1, right? Number 1. Yeah. Oh my god. None of that was MK2s. Oh boy. Yeah, see, I told you I'd probably miss some. Told ya. Alright, anyway, so this MK2 pipe that was right here, we're just going to ignore that. Don't worry about it. Oh my god, that one too. We need to get to come over here. Now, obviously, all of these are going to be removed as well. I kind of want to just do it, but it's fine. We will make do. Alright. We'll probably have to redesign after we design. Alright. So, number 5, we need this pipe here to come on through this mess. I don't need this right now. I just don't need this problem in my head. Okay? What is this going to again? This is going to these guys. Okay, that is important. That's our crude oil. Oh man, I really want to get rid of that. Okay, we're going to get rid of that guy. And yeah, that's all coming down a pipeline. All right, well, it is what it is at the moment. Like I said, we'll probably have to redesign this. Zoop mode, please, and thank you. All right, we got to go up, and then we're going to come over. Oh, boy. Yep. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of spaghetti. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a bit of spaghetti. Bit of spaghetti to begin with. Okay. Let's go here, and let's raise it up 2, and let's connect this pipe into that. All right? Again, I'm not... This is just... I got to keep things pumping, right? Like, I feel like that's a need. Okay? We'll do that, and this guy connects up accordingly, like so. Okay, good. we will connect this into that system. Right about there. I think we go down with it. Down with the system. 1, 2, boom. Then we go here. Connect it. Boom, boom. Down. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. All right. So this guy goes into there. This guy goes into there. And this guy goes into there. Okay. So that should be making us fuel already. Amazing. Now we need to pipe in the water, right? So 1, 2, line it up. 1 and 2. That's... Uh-oh. Yep. Who would have guessed that was going to happen? Oh, boy. All right. Yeah, we tripped a fuse. Am I surprised? I am not. Am I unhappy? Absolutely. All right. We got water. Let's see. Let's get this water up and running. And hopefully we can get this fuse at least tripped back on. All right. So this guy goes into there. Okay. Boom. So these guys will be working with water sooner rather than later, hopefully. Oh, my jetpack. Oh, I feel naked. Well, everything just ground to a big old halt, didn't it? Wow, I haven't been at this stage in quite some time. I don't even remember how to do this. How do you maneuver without the hover pack? Crazy. All right, so these guys are all set up. Now, this is producing 300 fuel, right? Off of that. So what can we do with that? Well, we can pump the fuel directly into our setups over here, right? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I knew this was going to be complicated. All right, so 300 replaces what? I guess the big question here is, okay, I can't deal. I can't deal. Is that the jetpack now? Do we have the jetpack? Oh, no. Jetpack on our back. Okay. Good. All right. Excellent. I need to fly. I need to fly, even if it's slow. All right. So these guys here were producing for that. But that system there was coming all the way down and being the tail end producer, right? So that guy was producing for these guys down here, okay? So this should be out of fuel. Indeed, it's full of water, out of fuel. Delete it. Delete it. Delete it. Delete it. Delete it. Delete it. And let's leave that one for right now, okay? For reasons. Okay. Delete it. Oh, God. We're full. Oh, get rid of all this ore. What is this madness? This inventory is highly questionable. Highly, highly questionable. All right, good. Let's take that. Let's take that. All right, beautiful. Delete the water. Delete the water. Delete the water. Delete the water. Oh, boy. This is going to be a pain, ladies and gents. This is going to be a pain. You guys are seeing, like, the basics of this pain. And I'm about to go off camera and deal with all of this pain. And, yeah, just have that in your memory while you think of me. While I go through this burden. All right? This massive, massive burden. It took a lot of effort to build all of this. The fact that I'm tearing down my work in the first place is ridiculous. But, yeah. All right. Let me do this. Let me work. Let me cook a little bit here. And we'll see what we're actually cooking with. Because right now, we're cooking with nothing. Okay, well, having disconnected most of the system across the board, all over the place, the steel, the aluminum is offline. Everything except for basically our coal plant, and then I started to fire up 3 blenders, which seem to be going okay. Not too bad. I'm hopefully going to fire up the next 3, okay? We got these guys now kind of running. That's 50. Oh, these guys are getting there. Okay, so we almost have these 6 running off our blenders. Now, all things considered, it should be 600. It should be 300, right? Each one takes 50. So 50 times 6 is 300. Those produce 300. We should see almost max efficiency here, and it's looking pretty darn close. There was a little blip there, and I just want to make sure that we're good, if you know what I mean. Oh, whoops. Well, that's a thing. Okay. Let's connect this to this. Hopefully we don't blow a fuse. Okay, production. We're okay, I think. I think we're okay. I think we're all right. We've now exceeded our max consumption. So that tells me that we can turn more things on. That's good. That's really good. So each one of these is 40, right? So I'm at 120, and I'm using, I don't remember, with these 3 blenders, right? Let's see. What are we actually using? So we're using 50, okay? So I have 20 extra at the moment, all right? So 120, right? That means this guy here is going to be 160, and this guy here will be 180, right? And that tells me that I got to fire up one more. Boom. That'll give me 200, right? So that should allow me to turn on, what is that? 4 times 5? Is that 4? 150, 100, boom, 200. Right, so that should allow me to turn on this blender now, right? Because we should have enough heavy oil residue coming through this pipe to sustain it, okay? And I'm focusing very much on the, like, starting this thing up incrementally, slowly but surely, okay? Okay, good. So that should be 200. So 40, 80, 120, 160, 180, 220, right? Just over. Perfect. I fire up this guy. That's now 260. So that's a 5th one that we can start up. So I'm going to head on back over and start up that 5th one. Again, as you can see, everything else is disabled. We are literally just working on kicking our power back into gear here. I'll have to literally reconnect the world, to say the least, at some point in time. All right, so there's our 5th one. Good. We are slowly but surely ramping up. Now, we have 5. We need 1 more, and then we can connect all of these. Now, these are already running, okay, but they have, like, nothing on the power system, so that's good. They'll start to kind of fuel prep, right? So that's nice. So I have 10 of these. This should be 400 total. 400 divided by 5 is 8, right? No. Is that right? Oh, God. Did I just do math wrong? I think it's 8. It's 5. Is it 5? Yeah. 40, 80, 160, 240, right? That's right. Yeah, 240. And then 40, 280. 320? Wait. 4 times 8. Oh, my God. It's 320 total. All right? So, 320 divided by 5, that should be 6 plus a little bit that we can run. Okay? I'm getting bold. We're going to turn them all on here. That's good. We should be... Okay, this is a problem we need to solve. So I need to connect this incinerator. Hello? Connect. Why? Oh, because it's already connected. Okay, hold on. Connect that to that. Because we need to dump the output, right? If we don't dump the output, we're going to get a clog, and then it's not going to be producing, right? So we got to at least dump the output here, okay? That's good. Ooh, 92 coupons. All right, so that should mean that we get 6 up and running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is our 6th. Now, the nice thing about that is 2 full systems at 300. That should be 6 of these generators operating without issue, right? So, that's wired up. Let's see, where are we at? We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So those are disconnected. That's good. So we can connect now this into the system, right? Because these are now producing. So we should see an uptick. We should be good now to kind of keep going, right? And just kind of slowly but surely work our way down the line is kind of my thought process there. I am curious to see. This should hit 100%. If it doesn't, we can always tweak a little bit as we go. But as you see, we start to see some fuel coming in across the board, and it's looking way easier than dealing with all those packages, I tell you what. But yeah, 100%. 100%, 100%, 100%. So we should be good on these 6 blenders moving forward. Now, water-wise, that's 600 water, right? So that should be 2 of our water systems completely utilized. So let's double-check that before we get too excited here. I'm about to lose power. Oh, tap in. Yes. Just made it. So that should be this guy pumping at 300, right? Beautiful. And this guy pumping at like 300. This guy should be idle. It is. Excellent. So this one here, I actually need to grab a power shard. I actually ran out of power shards while doing this, so I'm going to have to motor on back to the base here and get some more power shards constructed. Luckily, we have power there at the main base, so we can do that, which is good. All of our oils should be working. All of these should be working. That gives us quite a bit of juice, to say the least, and it's starting to stabilize at around 95, 75. Okay, we need to fire up the next set to get going here, and this polymer resin is working great. So the next set will probably be this one here, and on that note, I'm kind of just like removing every power line and deciding to redo them all, right? Because I don't want to accidentally activate a whole bunch when we're not ready for it, right? So it's a bit of work. Oh, pardon me. But I think it's actually worth it in the long run to keep it a little bit separated and segmented and, you know, just strategic. Strategic's the best word for it, okay? All right, very good, very good. Let's just get rid of that guy as well, and of course that. I'm feeling 10 million times more confident now than I was 15 minutes ago. I'm not going to lie. I was even really nervous when I started this video going, oh God, please work. Please work. And it's looking pretty darn good, right? As we go down the line here, we're into the second tier here. We still got some flashing at the end. It looks like we're still maybe not quite getting full production all the way down here. I'll keep an eye on this. I want to make sure that we are hitting max. Even if I have to, like, overpower these blenders by, like, 1%, you know, I'm willing to potentially do that. All right? Okay. So, anyways, that is 300 plus. 320, right? From those guys right there. Why is that one yellow? Why are you yellow? Is it just because of output? No. You're green. Oh, yeah, it's just because of output. Hello? What belts do I have on here? Not big enough, apparently. Get moving. Why have I not done this already? Okay. I gotta upgrade all the belts, too. We gotta upgrade the belts. Yeah, it's a thing. I know there's a belt in there. Gotta upgrade that. I know there's a belt in there. I can see it. But I can't click on it. Okay. Anyways, that'll probably all change as it goes. Okay, so we are producing 320. Great. Awesome. Amazing. Delete that. Look at all these canisters still. It's crazy. All right. That's very good. I'm going to go get my power shards, and then we will fire up some more of the systems and place down more blenders, because that is the next step. All right, so we are pretty stable at the 16, and I just filled this last pipe. So I'm just kind of waiting for it to fill, if you know what I mean. Just give it a second, let it marinate. You know, sometimes with liquids, you just need to let them marinate a little, you know. Let that guy go, and as you can see, it is already starting to utilize some power. So without further ado, we are going to connect that back up. We are back to our natural state. Now, here's the fun part. We're back to our normal state, or soon to be back to our normal state, with more consistency, better power generation, and the only thing that we haven't done yet is the plastic and the rubber. And also, this is about almost half of what we can do. Right now, we are utilizing 10 refineries. We're using 2 rows, so half of my refineries right now are being utilized. Half, which is crazy, okay? So half of my refineries are being used, and one of them is being used to power 8 blenders, right? Up to here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Wait, I miscounted. Either way, it is... Where is it? Right here. Yeah, this one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay, so this one's using that whole row. That whole first row is powering 8 of these guys. Fabulous. Absolutely amazing. Love every second of it. Get out of here, water. Package stuff, I tell you. All right, and the second one there, right now, is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it hasn't even gotten to the 8th yet, which is this guy here, and we are currently powering the same amount of power that we had before. That is awesome. That is just straight up amazing, to say the least. So, from there, we can, like, double our power, right? Not quite. I don't want to quite double the power. We're going to need some fuel for some other things as well. I need, I think, like 227 meters cubed of it. So what is that, like 2 1/4 of one of these? For what is it, recycled plastic, I think that requires it, right? So from the polymer, no, from rubber. Yeah, rubber and fuel, recycled plastic. Yes, that's correct. But all things considered, this is freaking amazing. The fact that we have, like, just, yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Look at that. We're up at the 19,325. It's consistent. Remember, the other one had some blips in it? Look at that. It's perfect. I love it. I absolutely love it. Blender, diluted fuel for the win. Let's go, right? As for the rest, we got a lot of cleaning up to do. So these two aren't even functional yet. We're going to use them. I think I need 32 refineries, so that's 10. I'm going to at least keep this one row plus a couple, based on my math. But, yeah, it's looking pretty darn nice, to say the least. Now, all of this polymer resin right now is just getting deleted, which is not ideal in the slightest. We need to obviously utilize some of that. And some of that polymer resin is going to be used in refineries to make rubber, right? So that's where we're going to add more machines, is in some more refineries for the polymer resin. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, let's think about this. We have 30 here, and we need, you know, what did I say, like 33? So could I, because this is 400 down this line, We have 600 meter cube pipes. Well, that miner's in the way. 1, 2. I probably can't fit 3 more there. So we're a little bit strapped for space. Now, one thing we can do is we can start to go vertical. So what if we bring our polymer resin above these refineries and get it done that way? I think that's a great little avenue to explore. So if we go into vertical mode, we can run some like 4 high. We'll leave a little bit of space for some, some exhaust fumes. But it's far from ideal. Don't get me wrong. Perfect. And then from there, we can zoop ourselves some 2-meter platforms, right? And then we can delete that 4-meter one. And now we basically have ourselves a second floor, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I haven't done much on the decoration side. I'm aware of this. This is currently a floating floor as well, which is also far from ideal. Structurally, not sound whatsoever. But as you can see, we are looking pretty good. We're still on the same grid, right? We have these refineries down below. So I can just take this refinery and I can copy it, and it looks like it's basically placed right in the corner, right? Yeah, I'm going to say it pretty much is. So if we do the same up here, and we pretty much place this guy, I think it goes right there, right? Is that about right? We got the ladder coming in right inside the gray. Nope, that's not right. See? Little tiny details. Right about... I'm thinking it's there. That's what I'm thinking it is. So that little bar is just over the gray. Just over the gray. Okay, beauty. And that's just inside. Excellent. So this guy here, we are going to do rubber first, right? So this is going to be residual rubber. Okay, that's the polymers and some water coming into this guy, right? Nothing too crazy. I think we need like 11 of these. So I might do 10 and overclock one, just for case in point based on my math. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing, and we're zooming. We're zooming. We're zooping. We're just living the dream up in here. All right, so that should be everything zooped over. I don't want to go too far. I don't really have a firm, like, design in mind for this space. But I do want to kind of start thinking about that aspect of things, too. Okay, so that should be our 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. I love it. All right, now, drinking the coffee. I'm government worker here. Come on now. Don't get carried away. Don't get any ideas. All right, so that's 10. I need, what did I say? 11. So I could just add another one, or I just overclock one of these, right? And all of our polymer resin's coming out this way, so I think I'll overclock this one. Basically, I need, what does that work out to? That's 198 and 21 is, I don't know, 198 and 21, that's 199. That's like 209? No. 219. Is that about right? 219 total. So right now we're at 200. Okay? So if I just throw this guy in here, that's 220. Right? Done. We're good. Right? That should be producing us a little bit more rubber than we actually even require, which is nice. We'll see. I might have to, I might balance it a little bit, but, we'll figure that out. I probably should have turned these around, though, right? Because our resin's coming up here. Yeah, I may want to do that. And then our output's over here. Maybe we go out this way with it, even. Maybe we do a little storage area up here of our goods. That's a possibility, right? That might be a smart choice, actually. Do we go this way then instead? I'm trying to think right now of, like, our possibilities, right? Like, we can do... If we line them up this way, it's more common to do a storage out where the belts would be running in the same direction, instead of, like, looping them around and things like that. So, if I do it that way, we're going to run into problems with the other products getting up here. The nice thing about going this way, though, is we have this production string that would pair up nicely with it. But I may have to pull the resin over, for example, and then up. If that makes sense to y'all. Yeah, I don't know. I got to think about this one a little bit further. Okay, so I decided to keep it going this direction. I threw in 600 meters cubed of water. I think I only need like 500 and something, so that should always be full. Obviously, we got an inline pump to get it up here for the head cover, right? And then I piped in the water to what I now have is 14 refineries up here. 11 of them, or 10 of them, sorry. 10 of them are set to rubber with one overclocked. And 4 of them are set to residual plastic here at the end. And 1 of them is underclocked, okay? So, again, if I need to, I could always reduce that, etc., right? But either way, we are now officially set up with at least the water component of this. So the next part is we got to bring up all of our polymer resin that we're making. And this is where it gets a little bit interesting, because until we get the 33 refineries working, we're going to be short on polymer resin, okay? So that's a thing that we have to be cognizant of, all right? We're going to remove that smart splitter. We're going to remove this. We're going to remove that, right? We have mergers here at the end, right? So that splitter is not going to be a splitter. Nope, it's not. Okay, we'll remove that. We'll remove that. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to actually have... let's get back to the right toolbar here. We're going to actually have a merger system at the end here, right? So... all things considered, this guy's a little bit tight. I might need to remove these supports temporarily. And let's throw down a quick little merger here, going out that direction. Right on the line, I think, of the gap. Should be pretty good. Okay? We'll throw that in there. And then this guy is going to also be now a merger, going that direction. And... yes, that's right. And that's going to go like that as well. Okay, beautiful. Now, it's a little bit tight in here, so I want to actually start from the top, right? So if I actually put in, and again, I'm going to remove these supports. Actually, I don't need that end plug in general. And we're going to be splitting this resin quite drastically, right? So right underneath the pipeline, we're going to... pipe in like that, right? Beautiful. All right, now, to get this guy set up accordingly is the tricky part, always. How do I want to do this? How do you want to do this? I think I have to get rid of this first. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. Let's put it back down kind of over here, I guess. And, oh boy. Yeah, that's a lot of empty canisters. I mean... I feel bad about deleting them all, though. Maybe I'll need them in the future? I don't know. Hoarding mentality, right? All right. We put them away, though, and we open up that crate. We take the rest, and we put the rest away as well. All right. Cool. Good enough. Good enough. All right. So that's at least cleared up. Now, how are we getting up here? We need to go. We are directly in the middle of this platform right here and on the edge, right? So let's first turn it like that, right? No, not like that. Let's first turn it. So we're in the middle. Let's go into the middle. We'll do middle, middle, right? Turn it. And then we're going to raise you up. Woo! I'm so happy that it reaches. And then we will rotate. And now for the tricky part. Does it line up? I think it lines up right about there. Okay. Good. Good. Nice. Nice and flat. I love it when I measure things correctly. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. Other than that, we need to get stuff in here. So I might just default that. I don't care about the straight. All right. We got to get things producing again. So there's some polymer resin. Excellent. It's coming in. It's coming on through. Beautiful. Now, I'm just going to be doing splitters all the way down. The same old of this system to get things going here, right? Yep, good. I've done this so many times where you put the arrows in the wrong direction. And then I'm like, why is this connecting? Oh, yes. The arrows. All right, very good. And I guess we don't need one there, right? So, boom. Boom. Now, all things considered, what are we going to have coming up here? Like, I guess this could warrant tier 5 belts. So I may upgrade these after. I should probably just be using tier 5s anyways, instead of tier 4s, but most of what I'm sending around doesn't require it. So it's like, I've used it where it's required, but not everywhere, you know? I make all the aluminum sheets. That's not the problem. I'm just picky. All right, there we go. Last connection here, hopefully. Good. That should start moving some polymer resin around. All right, and then from there, we need to connect ourselves up with a power pole like that. Beautiful. I love it when a good thing comes together. All right, we'll go power pole there. Let's connect these guys up to the power. Now that we have no power concerns, this feels a lot better. All right, we'll do that. Are you connected? No, you're not. It's always tough from this side sometimes to see if they're connected. All right, that guy, and then the final 5 down here, I think. Boom. 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 4 and 5. Okay, beauty. So, all of these should have power. They all have their recipe, and they should all make product, right? Now, like I said, we're going to be in a polymer resin sinkhole a little bit because of, we don't really have the technology to really power through this. But, it's a thing. All right, lift, conveyor, good. 3. We'll upgrade some of these to 5s. At least the main line running down. The ones going to the machines do not need to be a 5. All right. We probably are already done, but that's fine. We'll just do it. Excellent. Okay. All upgraded to Mark 5s. Beautiful. So that should be moving stuff at record pace, and things should be starting to produce. Beautiful. We're getting some rubber. Excellent. That's all that's really required in step 1 here. Okay, now this guy here is not going to actually give us any product that we're going to save. This is all going into other products, okay? So the rubber is going to go into a coated iron plate and another item. And the plastic is going into recycled rubber, which is an interesting one. And it's also going... Oh, no, that's it. Yeah, it's just going into recycled rubber so we can get more rubber. Okay. I mean, sure. You say so. it's a little confusing, this whole setup and recipe, but you know, we'll figure it out. So we need like 5.5 refineries, give or take, of this recycled rubber. Okay, so I'm gonna give myself as much room as I possibly can for this, because I'm sure there will be other problems. And 5. Okay. So 5 and, well, one of them's going to be a little bit more. Okay. So this is recycled rubber. Beautiful. Excellent. We'll copy and paste that down the chain. Again, Control-C, Control-V. Wonderful device. And we're going to overpower this one because I actually need 5.332. So I need 1.133.2. Beautiful. Basically 80 instead of, 60, right? Little tiny things. Now, this does require us to bring in fuel as well. So that's the one piece here that we are currently missing, right? And same thing for the recycled plastic, which is another 7.5 refineries, right? So let's do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'll probably overclock this one. Okay, so this one is then going to be recycled plastic. So we're kind of taking these other resources and kind of rejigging them into additional resources. It's kind of weird in that regard, but it works. Like, I was kind of like doing the math on all of this, and it's like, this is kind of overpowered. I'm not gonna lie. So this is recycled plastic. Let's copy that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right? So there's all of our recycled plastic. There's our recycled rubber. All right. Now, for the tricky part, right? So we're literally taking 4 things of plastic, right? And we're putting it into the recycled rubber. So, on that note, we will be merging it and then unmerging it as we go. Okay, so let's go here. I think that's the start of our plastic. Yeah, right there. Okay, so that's our start. So over here, we're going to do a quick and dirty little merger system. We don't need it to be super out there or anything like that. Just something simple. And then at the end, we'll go that direction instead. Okay? That's good. That's not right. That's not right at all. That's no bueno. There we go. That should be better. That's much better. Definitely a tight pack. That's not right. All right. What happened here? Okay. All right. We're good now? We're good now. Okay, good. And that guy goes out there. Because we don't have any liquids or anything like that coming out of here, it's not a big deal, right? Now, these ones here are going to go into these guys here, but I will have also some fluid, right? So kind of like over here, I just want that little bit of extra room for it, right? So I kind of went to the middle, and it's on the edge. This one's a little bit further in, so we'll go a little bit further out, right? So we're going to have input here. So we'll just go to there, the middle ground. I think that's a good choice. And then we'll come on over, and of course, now we have it going this direction, this direction, this direction, and I think it's 5, right? Is that the last one? Yeah, that's the last one. Okay, beauty. Beauty. So these guys will connect in like so. Like so. Again, nothing too crazy here. I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything, but it is kind of important for us to kind of see this get built and all put together. I'm also very curious because, like I said, my math makes sense. I assume it'll make sense as well once we get this thing up and running, because the numbers don't lie, but it seems a little crazy to me, if you know what I mean. All right, good. That will load up with plastic, no big deal, as we get it. Which, right now, we're not getting enough. We already talked about that. Okay? The other side here is going to be the recycled rubber. Right? Recycled plastic, sorry. These guys here. And it's going to be basically the same thing as over here, but the opposite. And I also need to have a bit of a runoff at the end. So, I'll set this up as well. Alright, as much as I'm still working on that, I set up the rest of the blenders and the other setup there for about 30, what is it, 31, no, 30.953, I think is about right. So I overclocked a couple of these ones at the end here. Now, these ones are just coming onto production. I'm just running the lines, which... Hello, pipeline wall. No, but all things considered, these guys, I'm just running the pipelines all the way down to the end here where we will be adding more power to the system. Another, what, 612 of these things, which is kind of crazy, right, when you think about it. So we got another 12 to go, and I think I'm going to have to make like a U-turn or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe we go this way and back around. I'm not too sure. Maybe we do that right now before we get too carried away here. All right, let's at least zoop this all the way back. How many wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide. Oh boy. That's 3, right? That's 4. That's 5. 6 and 7. Okay. I mean, that's not too bad, right? We should be able to be okay with that. And we'll just kind of loop this. Probably the best course of action, I think, anyways. So we'll just spam out some concrete here. Not a big deal. And some plates. Boom. Nailed it. All right. So that should do that. So we're going to take a fuel power generator. And we're going to put it that way, right? And throw it down. 1, 2, and 3. And then kind of the same thing on the other side. Now, what do I have in between these guys? I have no clue. I guess let's measure. Right? So we're clipping, so... right? Clipping. I guess let's go from... Yeah, so clip. So... 1, 2, 3, 4 to the pipe. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the clip. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, and that's a clip. Yeah, that is wider on one side, isn't it? Oh god, that's gonna bug me. All right, so we need. From the clip right there, 1, 2, 3, right? And then this would be the middle of our pipe. And then on this side, 1, 2, 3. We'll just do it. We'll do it properly this time. All right? Okay, very good. And then we will set that up, and we should not be clipping. Right? So that guy goes there, right? I think that lines up right. Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. 2 and 3, right? And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll come back over to this guy. 1, 2, and 3. Beauty. I love a good thing when it works. All right. Very good, very good. Let's just kind of throw down a quick little support system right down the gut here, just so that we know which way we're going. All right? Now, hopefully I did this one more correctly than apparently I did the other ones that I'm not going to fix. I'm sorry. It's not happening. All right? So, we are directly on this line here. So, if we go like so, and we connect... Nope, not that one. Okay. That's a thing. I almost did that, didn't I? All right, how did we do this? Couple after? Right before the end? All right. Couple after, right before the end. Beauty. 1, 2. Yeah, that should be fine, right? Okay, good. And then we'll connect this guy up to there, this guy up to there, and we'll delete that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and then here we will go like that. This guy will obviously drop down to the floor, and this one right on top. Okay, good. And then this will pipe and connect with a beautiful little right angle, like so. And then we will obviously do the support to get it more vertical. Awesome. Okay, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Okay, that looks good. We're just outside of the clipping, which even is better. I may just kind of do this. I don't think we're going to develop out in this region, so let's nuke those out of orbit. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to finish hooking these guys up. That'll secure those fuel lines, and then we'll get back to work upstairs. All right, just bringing y'all back in, and we're at 26.8 gigawatts. I think that's right, of power. That is beautiful. That's a thing of beauty, I tell you what. That's a nice little oil power plant expansion. And who says oil is bad, right? No, just kidding. I don't want to bring that up, all right? Just leave it. No, all things considered, though, pretty darn awesome, to say the least. All right, speaking of awesome, this awesome sink is not awesome. We will be rid of it, okay? We will be rid of all of that, okay? That's going to free up some room. Look at all this room I freed up, too, by removing those last packagers. Oh, it feels so nice. All right, I think we're going to go right along this line here. So, let's go there. 1, 2, and we are 3 up, right? So this is our final fuel line that's going to supply upstairs, right? It's not a big deal, but it's what's going to happen, all right? Now, this line here, we're currently not using at all. So, we have a whole row of refineries that are currently not even being operated, which is also kind of neat. I'm not going to lie. This whole row here is all still disabled. So, pretty kind of neat in that regard. I would like to kind of change this up a little bit, I think. So, this guy here is set to 1 high, and I would kind of like to bring it over at that height to there, and then we'll go up with it, okay? So, we're just going to change this up just ever so slightly, like so, okay? Just kind of making it a little bit more streamlined at the front. Now, these guys here, these crude oils, I am also debating changing. Oh, what do we have there? That's a number 1. Oh, I should probably check these. I don't... Does it matter as much? 30 times 10? I guess 300's still okay with our crude oil lines, but, you know, I'd prefer to not have it. I know I missed some on one of the residual oil ones, and it was messing up my outflow. So, it's definitely a thing that I gotta monitor and take a look at. I gotta make sure I upgraded every pipe. But on that note, pipes can go a little bit more vertical. Now, how vertical do we need to go? Let's see. I don't think we need to worry about those crude lines. I might redo them so they're prettier down the road. But for right now, like, put them, I don't know, stack them above one another, make it look better, right? But for right now, I'm focused on this guy here. So, if we come across and say we go to about, oh, I don't know, let's go here, right? That seems like a good spot. So, we'll just get rid of that. And then, let's just line this up. And we'll go up to the 3 again. Good. There's our fuel line. And then from there, we're just going to go straight up vertical, right? As straight up as we possibly can go. And on that note, I typically like to add a lift to it, okay? That's not correct. That one there. There we go. There we go. All right. And then, well, of course, we're going to pipeline it up because we're going to have overhead, right? So there we go. Pipeline in the right direction. And we will power that accordingly. Maybe that one's full. That one's a little bit awkward. Yeah, we'll pull from here. That's fine. What? Is that... Power line. Power line. Why is that not... I installed a valve, didn't I? Yep, I did. There we go. Alright. Problem solved. Pump. There we go. That's the one I want. I was like, what's going on here? Alright. Very good. Okay. That should work better. There we go. Now we should be able to overcome our head lift, all of that type of stuff to get our fuel up to where we need it. It's about a 30 meter, 34 or something like that meter head lift, right? So that's a thing. Okay, so that's good. We are getting closer to having this somewhat set up, right? So all things considered, I think I'm going to bring this one over, and then we will bring it in. So, let's see. We got this guy here. If we go 1, 2, right? Kind of the same thing. Kind of like that. And we connect that up. And then we bring that all the way over. It's a slight clip, it looks like. But I think I'm okay with a slight clip. Yeah, I think I'm going to be okay with it. So, let's just hold that in place here. And let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I got it right. Beautiful. I love it when good things come together. All right. We'll bring that over. We will bring that over. And I don't even know that it's clipping. Look at that. It doesn't look like it's clipping. So, I think we're good. All right. So, that should... Once I install all of the cross beams, whoops, I thought I'd already done this, to these systems, that will get these ones all fired up and going, okay? Now, I did reorientate some of the belts and things like that, so you'll notice it here, above all else, that I did a slight adjustment, okay? So, keep that in mind, where I just adjusted the flow patterns of the which way things are going, right? So instead of it going this way and around, we're now going this way and around, right, for our plastic. So we're working from the inside to the out on the plastic, whereas this rubber is not going anywhere else, so it is fine to work its way internally. All right, beautiful. So we have fuel. We have the rubber. We should be constructing the plastic. Beautiful. Excellent. Part 2 is completed. That is very, very nice. Now, from here, we get into the more difficult stuff. So on this rubber, I do have a smart splitter. So our center output is going to be any, right? So whatever we send out that way is going to be our primary source. And that's going to go to coated iron plates, which I believe I'm making potentially all the way over here, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare to get it over here. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. No, that's plastic, though. Huh? Thought that was rubber. Coated iron plate. Oh, no, that's plastic. Sorry. It's going to adhered iron plates. Yeah, so that's still going to be more than likely over here, because this is all my iron right here. So I'll probably do, I think I need another, what do I need? Another 4.2 or something like that of this guy. So we'll just keep this chain going down the lane here. Boom and boom. Okay, good. So this guy here, and this is all off the same iron, I believe. Oh, wait. No, this adhered requires coated. Yeah, okay. So it requires those guys. So this is a different line. Sorry. My bad. I forgot about that. Okay. So these coated ones, which is plastic, which is still going to be coming from over there. A little bit of a pain to get all the way over here. But we'll find a way. Probably just some good old conveyoring, to say the least. And then this coated iron plate, this one here, or the iron plate in general, I guess, the 48, of them or whatever we're making, we don't need 75 at all. I only need like 48 of these, right? So we can tone that down quite nicely as well. So these guys here will be going into the assemblers with the adhered, right? So where am I doing that? How am I doing that? Not sure yet. Not sure yet. But that is where my rubber and the iron plates go, okay? So we need to get plastic all the way over here. That's our first order of business. Now, I'm thinking we can do that probably at the end here, right? By going up, the 2 and then bringing it across all the way over because it's going to be coming from up there. So we'll just bring that guy up 2, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll just bring that guy up 2. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'll try to line this guy up as well. And we'll just bring that, say, to there. Might not be perfect, but that's okay. And then last but not least, we can run this down to, say, around here. And then we'll get that going, right? So that guy goes there. Beautiful. And then that guy will go... Oh, boy. This is always the problem. Always the problem. All right, let's just bring it down to the ground level. It's so much easier. All right. Okay, we'll straighten that out. Beautiful. That's in default mode, not in straight mode. Excellent. Beautiful. Nailed it. All these mistakes on camera never fails. All right, straight mode. Straight mode. Okay. So this is where we're going to eventually be bringing our plastic into this system, at least for this one item. We'll see how we're going to bring or how much we need to bring for other stuff as well. But I think that's where we're going to have to leave off today. I think we're out of time on the oil factory upgrades, getting up to, 26 gigawatts? Yeah. 26.8 gigawatts of power using these blenders, which have been absolutely phenomenal, to say the least. And then, all on like the same amount of oil. I didn't really change that. And then we have all these refineries that I can still clean up and remove. I think I only need 2 of them, basically, to do a couple of extra items for us. So... yeah, everything is absolutely amazing, like you wouldn't believe. There's also things in the middle here that we can clear up, which is just going to make everything a little bit more friendly to the eyeballs, right? So cleaning all this up is going to be great. I will also be moving these storages upstairs at some point in time, because that's like our rubber storage, right? And this is our plastic storage. So we'll be moving those upstairs at some point as well. I did put an overflow on the resin, at least for now. I'm hoping that like 100% or 99% of it's going through. But, it seems to be catching some. So, at least for now, we are pretty good. I don't think we have any issues. It should be... I mean, we got some yellows. We're not moving the rubber fast enough. Oh, because we haven't completed the chain. But yeah, that's going to be it for us, I think. I think that's a good stopping point. I might do a little bit off-camera work, and then we will come back around. Speaking of which, look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Look at that water setup. Oh, it's so spaghetti. I love it. All right. I'm going to try to find a good viewpoint here of this whole thing, because this is a pretty darn big factory, to say the least. I hate that I get the hover sticks in my photo, though, when I'm floating. So I might need to find a place to land to take this photo. But yeah, that's pretty darn impressive, to say the least. I love it. I love it. I'm going to have to, like, build a radio tower or something just to not have that problem. All right. Anyways, see y'all. Bye-bye.